Hi guys, it's Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my labour and delivery story. So let's get started with this video. So on Thursday, the 21st of March 2024 at 5:30 p.m, I went into labour. So I started getting the contractions around that point, and by 5:50 at night my son was born. So it was quite a quick labour for a first time mum. I haven't had any other kids apart from two Frenchies, but you know what I mean, like human kids. I haven't given birth before my son. So if you haven't watched my pregnancy update, or if you're new here, I did get a sweep the Wednesday before at my last midwife appointment, which was my 40-week midwife appointment, and she did a sweep and said I was 1 centimetre dilated. My cervix was kind of stretchy, and it was fully engaged and ready to go. I did get booked for induction. I did get booked for induction the following Wednesday if it didn't go into natural labour, which in the end I didn't need to have that. So that was all done and discussed. And then that night I remember walking the dogs and all, was evening time, and I remember thinking, I just have a feeling that child's going to be here the next day or so. Just something came over me. I was like, do you know what I mean? You get that kind of thought something's going to happen before it actually happens. Intuition, probably. Yeah, it probably is. But we were walking the dogs, me and my husband, just around the streets, and I was just thinking, yeah, I could just see me going into labour. Like, I didn't want to say for definite because sweep sometimes at work, and I know people who they haven't worked for, so I was kind of relaxed about it. I was like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. My child will come when he comes. So I was just more relaxed, chilled out, enjoyed my day, and went about and did stuff and throughout my day, which kind of helped just distract me. And that night I was sitting watching YouTube, I remember, until like 2 o'clock, which is really, really bad. And them days are probably, well, the night shift, I do take a night shift, which me and my husband do for our child, which I'll get into in another video. So the days of like just sitting watching YouTube till 2 o'clock in the morning are pretty much numbered, well, over. But, well, with the night shift, I look after my son the first 6 hours of the night, and then my husband sleeps, and then after the 6 hours are up, I go to sleep, and he looks after our son Noah, that's his name, for them 6 hours. So it's like 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. and it splits down the middle at 4 a.m. if that makes sense. So the days I still have in nights where if I'm not too tired and my son is sleeping but I'm not too tired, I'd watch YouTube and just chill when he's like having his wee nap. Now if I'm tired, I'll sleep down the stairs with him. Obviously not sharing sofa. He has his wee Moses basket in his pram, so he sleeps in that. Yeah, just a wee sidetrack there. So watching YouTube, 2 o'clock in the morning, went to bed, and I was like, yeah, I need to get to bed. So I went to sleep, woke up a couple times during the night to the toilet, because obviously heavily pregnant, the head's fully engaged, my bump had dropped quite a lot. I was going to the toilet every flipping 2 minutes it seemed. So a couple nights, or a couple times a night, I went and used toilet, just toilet. And then I fell back asleep, got up at 5:30, like 5:30, you know what I mean? So I got up because something woke me up. It was my contractions, and I just felt them. They felt like mild period pain, just more like tense, like a cramp. Like that's what they feel like to me. They were like a cramp in my stomach, in my back as well. And I was like, I don't know if they're true contractions or Braxton Hicks, because I know sometimes people can get more sore Braxton Hicks, and I had got Braxton Hicks throughout my pregnancy, but didn't feel anyway painful. It just felt like tightness. Whereas these felt like tightness, but they had a bit of pain alongside them. So I kind of breathed through them. I was like, do you know what, I'm going to try to get some sleep if I can. If they're not contractions, I'll get some sleep. I couldn't sleep through them. And then after 6:30, I was like, yeah, these are the contractions, I'm in labour. So I started timing them with my Pregnancy Plus contractions timer. It's on the app. Started timing them when they came on, took a timer off when they eased off, and just kind of kept my phone with me. I was in the bed, like this bed, just kind of lying down, trying to breathe through them. My wee dog Nova, she was lying beside me, so was Horton, he was like lying at the bottom of me, but the top end of the bed Nova was, and I was like stroking her paw and stroking her through the contractions to calm myself down, and she was cuddling into me. She was actually really, really good when I was in labour. She never really does jump around or act like it, but she was really, really good, and she helped calm me down, which did help. And I was just trying to breathe through them because you're told to breathe through them, and I had it in my head. The calmer I am, the better this labour's going to go, so I just have to be calm. So I breathed through them, timed them, and it was around 8 o'clock that I was like, yep, they're starting to get stronger. I'll ring the triage at my hospital, which did, and they said just leave it for a couple of hours unless it gets really, really bad, and just time them, keep timing them, take paracetamol, which I did take. And just, if you can't sleep for them, sleep for them. If you can't walk around. So I started to walk around because I could not, like, it got to this point at around 8:30, 9. I also called my best friend because she's one of my birthing partners as well as my husband. So after I'd done all that, around 9, they started to get that bit more painful. They were more like proper period cramps instead of milder ones. Like, they got more intense. So I was like, doesn't feel good to lie down and breathe for them. I had to like walk with them and sway and everything and do all that. My body kind of knew it too. It was weird. So I was doing that, and then sometimes I could lie down with them, but sometimes I couldn't. But I was trying to walk around as well a bit. And then I was doing that for a good few hours. My brother had called around at like 10 because I was saying to Connor I think I need to go to hospital soon because it was like around 10 o'clock, and I just felt we were getting more like intense period cramps. Like, they weren't like normal period cramps, they felt like more intense again. So I said to my husband, look, I may need to go to hospital soon. I could just feel them getting more crampy. And then we said that, my brother came with like the nursery stuff, like, because obviously he was building like the wardrobe and the cot and everything. Him and his fiance, my sister-in-law, they were building like the furniture, and it was a good job they did because I was in labour. So I was trying to breathe through them, and I was trying not to kind of cause a fuss because I didn't want to tell people I'm in labour, because I wanted to try to be calm and breathe through them, and I didn't want to kind of worry anyone. I had my niece with them who was being like hyper and kept on coming into my room, and I said I'm not well and I was going to kill her. God love her. I was like, go to this child, please leave me alone. And Amy, my friend, she just took her downstairs to watch cartoons, and she came up a couple of times, and I was like, for goodness sake. But lucky she calmed down and watched cartoons, and then I was in the toilet, back and forth to the toilet, trying to like walk and contract through them and all. And they left after a couple of hours. My dad showed up too. I was like, for goodness sake, another person in this bloody house. And then he said to me, what's wrong with you? Because I was lying in bed. And then, oh, I'm not well. No, I'm actually in labour. And his face went pure white. It's like, oh crap. It literally had that oh crap look. If you've ever watched Toy Story 3 when they're about to get burnt in that furnace, Buzz's face when he realises what's happening. If you've watched Toy Story, you'll know his face is like, that's the same way my dad's face was, not even joking. So I was, at this point, it was like after 12, near 1. So I was trying to breathe through them, and it was like that for an hour just, and they were getting more and more and more intense. And I was like, there's no way that these are like early phase labourless. Like, I'm starting to kind of get the point where they're getting closer together. At start I was having them every 2 to 3 times in every 10 minutes, but now I was getting them definitely more 3 times in 10 minutes and less of a break sometimes, and were more intense, and sometimes I would have got 4 in 10 minutes. So I was literally like, I have to go to hospital now. So Amy and Connor just got my stuff, and we're in that much of a rush. We forgot to lift my hospital bag. We lifted the baby's hospital bag, my son's one, not mine. So I had to get that when I was actually in labour, and my friend had to drive to my house to get my hospital bag because I needed some stuff for labour in it. And we got to the hospital triage part. It was quite busy, so I sat down and didn't properly get like checked until like, I think it was 3 or half 3 that they did like the heartbeat to just check my son's heartbeat, and then done the examination, and then the doctor, like our midwife, said, I think you're like 7 centimeters dilated, but there's, I could feel like the water don't want to pop it. And I was like, whoa, because I thought it maybe be about 4 or 5 centimeters. I wasn't expecting 7. And then she said, yep, you are 7 centimeters. And I was like, whoa, I knew it wasn't in early stage labour anymore. I knew it was like in active labour. Just, I was like 7 centimeters. She said she was going to get a second opinion. So she got to a second opinion. Another midwife came in, and then she checked me, and she said, no, you're actually 8 centimeters dilated. So yep, I was near enough in like transition period where you get like 7 8 centimeters until 10, where you're really like the contractions are really kicking your butt. But there were that point where I would need gas and air. Like, I was trying my best to be calm and pray for them, and I was doing a good job for me. Normally I'm a drama queen, but I was just braving through them. My husband was rubbing my back and all, and I was just kind of really trying to work through them. And then they gave me gas and air while I was waiting to get transferred up to the midwife unit, which was, I think it was across the room, or no, it was upstairs, I think. And I was waiting to get transferred, so I was just chugging on the gas and air, and it felt amazing. The gas and air made me feel like I was drunk, but it just felt like the gas and air just felt flipping really, really good. So I was chugging on that, and just literally waiting to get transferred. The midwife, who, her name's Nikki. Hi Nikki, if you're watching, I think you are anyway. But she came, got me, and took me up to the home from home unit, that's what it's called in my hospital, where I gave birth. The midwife led unit, so I got there. I was okay and cleared to go. They gave me, actually before I went, they did give me antibiotics, because I do have that group B strep in my inner elbow. This one, they tried this one first, it wouldn't work. They tried this one, it wouldn't work. Then they tried this one again. They got it in, and then they had the cannula in. That's what it was. It's like a wee kind of, you know what a cannula is? It's like a thing you put drips in, like fluids on you. So I had that in. I went up the midwife led unit, got my room. It was room 4. Just remember that for now. So the pool wasn't ready because obviously someone else had used it, and it was steeping, like it was getting cleaned, like deep cleaned with the bleach and all. And I just lay in the bed because the bed was ready and the gas and air was there, and I was chugging on that, lying in the bed and chugging on when I got a contraction, lying in the bed, sometimes moving too. And I remember like just it felt all like woozy. I felt like I couldn't hear the music. The Mellow Magic was playing on the radio station, like the radio was there, and I just felt all woozy, like it was spinning around in my head, like I was really drunk. But it kind of took me away from like the pain, so I was feeling like in a really good place. So yeah, I remember the songs and all it was playing. I think I remember hearing Smooth Operator and all them songs that have Mellow Magic. If you've ever listened to that, you'll know. So that was at 3:30. I got into that room. Was it? Yeah, it was 3 or half, because I got checked around 3, so it was 3:30 by the time I got up to the room, and I got on to that gas and air and that home from home unit, the midwife led unit, and then by around 4:30, 4:30, the pool was ready. So got into my bikini top. I think Connor made me help me change into it. I had Lucozade. The midwife gave me Lucozade just to kind of keep my energy levels boosted, because I hadn't ate much that day. I think I had some chocolate for breakfast because, yeah, labour just didn't care. So I needed Lucozade to kind of help boost my energy. So I got into the pool. It was kind of, I had the gas and I was kind of relaxing and getting my burns in the pool. My hair was up. I literally had nothing down below because I was near that stage to push. And then I was lying there, and once I got a contraction, Connor was like here. He was like holding the gas, so I was like going to start to feel the contraction. Gassy, 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 get it. And then Connor gave me it, and then once the contractions eased up, I was like, look, see it, and we had to look see it, and then they were holding my hands and all. I was in different positions and all to see what was comfortable. The first was in like a kneeling position, but then I was like, no, it feels better to lie down like that. And because there was a ledge on the birthing pool, it was like a big oval shaped birthing pool, and there was a ledge here, So I was leading like that, and they were here, Connor was here, Amy's are the midwives. There's two, one senior midwife or qualified one and one student one who's called Tony. And they were there, and once they were just checking everything and making sure the heartbeat and all was still okay. And it got to the point where it was 5 o'clock and I started getting the pressure. Actually, sidetrack, before I got into the pool, I was starting to get the pressure, and I was like, I need to take a shit, I need to take a shit. This is about 4:20. And then my mum was on the phone to my friend Amy, and she was talking me through, now breathe slowly into like acid air and stuff, and just take a big gasp of it and blow it out. So that's what I was doing, and it was really, really helping. And then I was like, I need to take a shit, I need to take a shit. And my mum was saying, Amy, watch her. If she's saying she needs to take a shit, that could be my baby coming. So we had to go in. And it turned out I didn't need to take a shit. I just had pressure, but it felt good real on the toilet. Then once it happened in the pool, and it was like just obviously contracting, and by 5 o'clock, after 5, the pressure was getting worse. I was during like the pushing stage, that's when it started. It was like, I think it was 5:15 or something like that. I couldn't vaguely remember. I remember the whole thing, but I couldn't vaguely remember the times because I wasn't really checking the time. I was in full blown labour. So I think it was like 10 past or 5:15 when I was getting close to that pushing stage. And the pressure, like, it was proper intense, like you're about to do a colossal poo, like proper intense pressure. And when I first felt it, I was like screaming. I was trying to do gas and air, but the gas and air was like, I just want to, I just didn't really use it as much in the pushing stage. It just pushed them out naturally, but I did use it a couple times, but I screamed quite a few times during the pushing stage. And then the midwife was saying, like, breathe, breathe. It's okay to scream, but just breathe, just to keep your energy levels up. And sometimes it was breathing, it was working, but sometimes the pressure was a bit too much. And I just screamed, just like, ah, like that. And yeah, proper, like, loud. I've got a loud voice, so I screamed that whole room down. Like, I think my sister-in-law, she was waiting to visit me after I had my son, sister and my sister-in-law, and then they said they heard me in the corridor. So yeah. But sure, it's labour and delivery, what to expect. So I was pushing, and then the head came out, because obviously you could feel everything. And the head came out, and everyone was saying, the head, sir. And I can actually, because I was lying like that, semi-reclined, I could actually see the head, like, crowning. And obviously I could feel it, because like, that burning pain people say about the ring of fire is true. And it, be fair, it wasn't too bad. The water did calm me down a good bit, and I felt I had an easier birth because I was in a water birth. And was in the zone, so I was basically trying to push, and then a couple times I ducked my head under the water to relax myself. So I had my hair tied up, so I ducked my head like that in the water to relax myself, and it did work. It was one of them things that can help calm me down and concentrated me to push, so it did that. Stopped me from screaming a bit too. And then his head came out, and then after a few pushes, and then at 5:50 he was born. Like, literally after his head came out, his whole body came out, and it felt like a big slimy. It was weird. It felt so slimy, like a proper, like, it just felt, obviously I'd never experienced it before. It just felt really, really weird, like a slippy texture, like a big, that's what it felt like. And then the cord, when they brought him onto my chest and all, this point, my bikini top, bottom, my bikini top was loosened a bit for skin to skin. So when he came out and he's put it onto my chest, because the cord was a short cord, I felt it tugging up with my JJ, like, I just felt it tugging. So I was cuddling him, I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I was like actually in shock, when I was like crying a bit too, because I was like, oh my wee son. And then he's like cuddling in the base, crying for a bit. And I just calmed down. They gave me the wee injection, oxytocin injection, to help deliver the placenta quicker. I just said, because they did ask me before I went to the pushing stage, what do you prefer? I just said any of them. They didn't cause retained product or retained placenta, and she said, well, just the injection will kind of prevent that. So I was like, just give me the injection to speed it up. So while I was cuddling my son in the pool and the water's getting drained out, we had a blanket over us, put a blanket over both of us, and we know I was sitting cuddling into me. It was so cute. And then they were waiting for the cord to stop pulsing, and they put the clamps on. Connor caught it and he freaked out because he's seen blood, and then they were like, no, it's okay, it's okay. And it's like, don't want to hurt him, and said they're not hurting him. So he cut the cord, and they tried to tug at the placenta after a wee while, but it wasn't coming. Then they got me under the bed. I cuddled Noah more. Actually before that he got weighed. After when I came under the bed, he got weighed. Connor done skin to skin too, with his whole top off. And I think Amy was cuddling him too, and then they got pictures of him lying on the scales and everything. I'm not going to shoot them because he's butt-ass nude, and none of them pictures of him butt-ass nude going on the internet. I'm just telling you that now. Don't want any creeps looking. So once Connor and all had skin to skin, they got weighed and measured and stuff. He was £7.2 and he was 57 centimeters long, so he was quite long for someone who's only 5'1.5" to carry. So I was pretty much all baby. He was like folded up, seriously folded up inside me the last couple of months, because I could feel like where I was folding, like his legs was folded, because once he got to that stage where I was big, you'd feel actual body parts. So yes, and we tugged at the placenta again, and it finally, I pushed it as well. Like I did a couple of pushes with the gas in there, and it came out, and it was proper. When it came out, it was proper. It felt weird, like it just felt like a big jello fish coming out, and it was like a big slob of like red. That's what it looked like. And after that, I was still cuddling Noah, and then they were just gonna sew me up for like the stitches. I did get a 2nd degree tear, which wasn't so bad. It was a superficial one, so it wasn't a really deep one, which was really, really good. It was good going for my first labour. And then they just basically put my legs in stirrups on the bed, and then just done the stitches. They gave me the gas nerve again to breathe through, and then they gave me an injection, and they stitched me up, like stitched everything back together. And I was like chugging on that gas, like no tomorrow. And then I was feeling that drunk feeling again. And then once she was finished, I said to the midwife, this is really embarrassing. I said this because I was like hiring gas in there. Will I still be able to have sex again after this? And then am I damaged down there? And she was like, no love, you'll be fine. She was laughing. You're coming back out the way you came back in. Then I was like, good. And I think Connor and Amy were like laughing, and I was like, then thinking back to what I said, I was like, oh my goodness. But she probably heard it all before. So trust me, like. So after that, just cuddling, we know I put him on the boob for his first feed. It did take a while to latch on, and once he latched on, I think he fed for like a good 20 minutes, half an hour. And I was just cuddling him and feeding him and everything. And once I'd got sewn up with the stitches and stuff, and I had some time with Noah feeding him, it was time for me to get my shower. So I had a shower in the bathtub, because the bathtub, the birthing pool, does double up as a shower and also a regular bathtub. So another midwife came in to help me, and help me down from the bed, because obviously when you give birth you lose so much blood and you can be lightheaded. So I was trying to go to it myself, and she was like, no, I have to help you down. And she did help me down, and then I did feel a bit lightheaded, but it wasn't too bad. But she helped me into the bathroom, and she helped me into the bath and said, no, you don't get out of that bath yourself, call me. So I had my shower, and then I called her. I got dried, and then obviously after she helped me out, I got dried and everything, and got into my pajamas, and that was pretty much me for the night. My sister-in-law came in to see him and took a couple of pictures, and they're saying congratulations and everything, and then told me about me screaming to hurt me. And then we heard someone else screaming down the hallway, obviously giving birth at the same time as me, well, an hour or so later. And then Connor went to get McDonald's, and Amy had went to get Horton to bring Horton to her house. And so after everyone left, it was just me and Noah lying on the bed cuddling, and at this point it was maybe around 8:30 or something like that. And I was just sitting cuddling him and listening to Mel Magic and just them wee soothing songs, and I was like, oh my goodness, son, I absolutely love you. It was so lovely just sitting, it was just so lovely just sitting chilling with them, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, it just hit you. And I was like, I just love him so much, I just do. And at that moment I was like, who needs a girl? Like, so I had gender disappointment really badly, and to be honest, I did have really low mood during pregnancy, like mood swings. I did say that in my updates, but not being pregnant anymore has made me realise more and more, even though I knew my mental health had kind of taken a bit of a turn, a dip, with all that worry about everything, and just, I don't know, my hormones must have been mucking around. Obviously I'm worry wart, so I just realised how bad my mental health actually was during pregnancy. And when I had him, and then I was crying too, because I was like, I'm so sorry, son, I don't want you to be a girl. But then I realised he was meant for me. God actually meant that child to be my son, and I'm so grateful, and every child's a blessing, and I'm going to give him the best life I can. So that is the story. And obviously in that home from home, we stayed in the same room. Obviously I got cleaned up after the labour. We stayed in the same room. My husband was able to stay over. He came back at 9 o'clock with McDonald's, because obviously we're both starving, hadn't barely ate anything all day. We meant to get some snacks for labour, but like, we were driving to the Spar because we went to take the dogs for a walk. We were driving back to the Spar, and we were like, should we go in? And both could be bothered, but we should have. I had some sort of thoughts saying maybe we should, but I was like, oh, plenty of time. No, there wasn't. So literally we had McDonald's, and it was the best McDonald's. Actually, before that, before everyone left, we did have the tea and toast, the classic tea and toast you get when you give birth. If you're in the UK, I think you get it in America too, but we had tea and toast. My midwife made us it, and it was the best tea and toast. Like, I had jam and butter and everything. Amazing. Like, I needed it. And we just sat, me, Connor, and Amy, eating the tea, or drinking the tea and eating toast, and it was lovely. And then when we got a McDonald's and everything, and I had the chocolate milkshake, the McNugget meal, and the chips were just beautiful. I just food needed because I was just starving. And after that, we went to bed and woke up when he needed his food, his getting changed, whatever, nappy changed. And he was a good sleeper, and he still is a good sleeper. And touch wood, there's wood here at the dressing table. He continues being an easy baby and a good sleeper. Even throughout his childhood, I'll make him be anyway, because I know he's a good sleeper, and if he doesn't be a good sleeper, I know he can do it, so he's in the routine. If that makes sense. Oh my goodness. So yes, that is it. Hopefully I haven't left anything out in this labour and delivery story, and hopefully I haven't like talked too fast where you can't understand me, because I can tend to do that. Obviously I'll edit it when I check when I edit it, and if anything's said too fast, I'll put voice notes in, or I'll just write the words on the screen so you can understand me, because I can just talk really quick. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again for the next one. Stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.